Today we're going to make blueberry bliss. Now this cake is divine. It absolutely is divine. It's a little bit fiddly and it's certainly not a low-fat recipe, but I think you're going to just love it. If you've got a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, Christmas, whatever, if you've got a special occasion, this is a cake you're going to want to make. This cake needs to be made in a two-part section. We're going to make the crust and then we're going to make the filling. So the crust is simply 1 cup of walnuts and we're going to blend those together with 2 cups of soaked dates, pitted dates. Now I've just soaked these for a few hours so that they're soft. And I have kept some of the soap water because you might want to use that just to bind this together. So I'm going to whiz that together just to see how it goes first before I put some water in. I've whizzed the dates and the walnuts together to make, I've actually left this a little bit crunchier, but again, it's your choice. If you want to make it finer, that's up to you. I think it just adds a little bit more texture to the cake. So this is your crust. Now there's variations on this crust. I've used dates and walnuts, but you can use pecans and apricots, or almonds and raisins or figs. You know, this is what I love about these sorts of recipes, because you can just go, oh, I want to make that, and have a look what's in your cupboard, and then make it. Like, if it don't follow the recipe, if you haven't got those things, just play around with it and make it work for you. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just spreading this out onto a plate. If you have a spring-form tin, you can make it in that. But I found that a little bit fiddly, so I think this works better. So we're just going to spread this out onto the plate. Now that's the crust ready, and I'm using the plate to use as a display. That's how I'm going to serve the cake. So that's the cake, the crust, and how easy was that? Now I'm going to prepare the filling that goes on top. To make the filling for Blueberry Bliss, you need 3 cups of fresh or frozen blueberries. Today I'm using the frozen because that's easier for me and it's more convenient, and I have them in the fridge. Also, I'm going to add to that 1½ cups of macadamia nuts and ½ cup of maple syrup, two tablespoons of lemon juice, cardamom. I don't know whether you're all familiar with this, but it has really an exotic spice smell. It's just, I just love it. And 2 teaspoons of that. It really adds a very interesting flavour to the pie, and not everybody's going to be able to pick it, but it's really beautiful. To that I'm going to use some vanilla, just a little bit. A pinch of salt. Now you might think salt in a sweet dish, but you'll find salt kind of brings all the flavours together, and it just adds that little bit more body, and that's Himalayan salt, of course. I want to introduce you to a really special ingredient. It's called Tropical Traditions Coconut Cream Concentrate. Now if you're lucky to live in the States, you'll be able to get this no problem at all. Australia, it's a little bit more difficult to get, but if you can't get it, you can use coconut cream, but this is going to give your pie a really beautiful flavour, interesting, and it's a binding ingredient, but it is your fat content. So this is why this is a special occasion pie. So that's all the ingredients: frozen blueberries or fresh, macadamia nuts, maple syrup, lemon juice, cardamom spice, vanilla essence, pinch of salt, and the coconut concentrate. We're going to whiz that all together, and that's your filling. We've whizzed all those ingredients together. Can you see the colour of this? It is so intense, and the combination of the flavours is just absolutely incredible. I'm just going to put this onto the crust. You can see how beautiful this is looking, and you just layer that upon your crust. This needs to go into the fridge to set properly, and then you're going to decorate it in so many ways. This just calls out to be creative and inspiring and totally decadent, because you can use fresh blueberries, you can use pansies, all your edible flowers, your little Johnny jump ups. You can put coconut around the edge, nuts. Look, this just calls for an artistic flavour because it's so much fun. You can put chocolate. Another variation in the crust, just while I'm thinking, you can put a cacao into the crust as well. So that's blueberry bliss, and I know you're just going to love it.